that in the Americas, popular history, folk history, typically said that there was a pre-Columbian African and Asian presence in the Americas. Others even talked about the ancient Hebrew people being here. In fact, that's one of the foundations of the Mormon Church, is that some of the writings in the Book of Mormon suggest that there was a Hebrew presence as some of the Hebrew people left and came to the Americas. But that there clearly was a pre-Columbian African and Asian presence in the Americas.
Right, the natives don't.
You can see a native and he could be 90 years old and still look like 50. I'm talking for the natives.
Yeah. I like
when it comes to talking about African Americans, I have no education with that. Period. I don't. I'm not even connecting to that no more because that's a system. That's like connecting. Say, hey, he's a bad guy. You don't hang with him. Oh, hey, I'm gonna find out for myself. I'm not African American at all. My folks is not from Africa, and a lot of people in this room, folks, ain't from Africa. Might be a couple, but people just don't understand. I ask my grandma, like, yo, grandma, what's your background? She like, Redfoot and Blacktail Indian. What? Yeah, my mother and my father, we 100% Indian. You're not. 80% of slaves already here was natives. It's crazy.
And a lot of times when I tell people that I am also Native American, they have a real problem. Oh my God, an Indian in dreadlocks. Well, of course, if you understand the history of African American and Native American peoples in this country, we had some things in common. Once the communication barrier was taken care of, then Native people and African peoples realized that there was so much in common culturally. For instance, the drum. The drum is the heartbeat of the nation, of Native Americans and both African people.
When African slaves fled and hid with Native American tribes, working together under the common enemy of oppression, they embraced each other's cultures, both of which included the wearing of feathers and drumming.
In that melting pot of time and creation, the Mardi Gras Indian process was born out of that.
And thus now, you know, people see the masking, people see the suits and the drumming and whatever, and that's a form of the entertainment and celebration of the culture.
Take it to the street.
Don't be got that golden crown. What's up, Queen? Everybody. I'm the only young Pocahontas to make it out on the streets today. And you beautiful. So you know it's emotional for me.
You know, we've been in America before the slave trade, so we've always been here. So some of the people that they call in African Americans pretty much may not have anything to do with Africa. You then have Columbus now having the finance and the ability to sail to the Americas. He couldn't do it prior to that time. And it's no accident that he also has on board Moriscos, who have cartographical knowledge, meaning the knowledge of the maps. They know the trade routes, and they assist him in making it to the Indies. Some people say he was trying to get to the Indies as an Indian. No. I don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that for a minute. He brought on board his ship people who spoke Chaldean, Arabic, and Hebrew, right. No one on the ship spoke Hindi or Urdu. That's what you would need if you're going to India.
That's right.
Plus, there were all kinds of secret maps that existed among merchants in Venice with connections to Prince Henry the Navigator, who was Portuguese as well, that told them, well, you know, the Moors have already gone to the Americas. They've already established settlements and contacts there. Now we know how to get there as well, which is why Christopher Columbus, when he arrives in the Caribbean, talks about seeing people wearing Moorish attire on the island of Cuba.
back in Florida, this is in the 1590s, you can see an African leader of the Native American people here. Africans were among the first explorers of Florida. And when the Seminoles came down, they taught them methods of rice cultivation that they had learned in Senegambia and Sierra Leone. And these people formed a military agricultural alliance.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm damn sure not black. You're not gonna call me black. My grandmother's not Crayola. Like,
So
no,
then,
I'm connected to a tribe. I'm from a tribe, not a country. It's a big difference. Different laws, different everything. Like, big difference.
Let me ask.
This is the stuff that is known by medieval historians, but never seems to make it out into the mainstream.